Hey guys, welcome. If you're going to buy a car today and money was not a problem, what brand or car model are you going to go for? Personally, Benz all the way. But let me know what you think. All right. I did a video previously and I was basically reviewing German cars. And I made mention that German cars are built for three purposes. You have performance, you have comfort, and then you also have safety. Okay. So when you are buying a German car, a Benz, BMW, Audi, VW, which is Volkswagen, you know that these three boxes are checked 100%. But what about other brands and other vehicle models? So let me know in the comment section your dream car if money wasn't a problem. Now, a lot of you, when you are going to buy a car or you are, thinking of your dream car, most people only focus on aesthetic value, like how nice the car looks, how pleasing it is to, watch like the shape and everything. But that is a wrong way of actually um, looking at it. And especially the ladies, most of the ladies, when you ask them what cars they want, you realize that there are a lot of them, even if they are picking a very quality car, the reason why they are picking that car is for a different reason altogether. So if you want to buy a car, aside maybe watching a documentary on the car where they talk about all the features and the positives about the car, one other area you should also consider is speak to your local mechanics. Speak to your local mechanics and ask them the cars that frequently visit their shops for constant repairs and fixing. That is also another way of making inquiries to also land on your new car. Now, back to the aesthetic value. There are so many cars in the system that are very pleasing to look at. They have very nice aesthetics. But trust me, they are very, very problematic. Like I said, I usually like to liken cars to girls because, I mean, from a guy's perspective, some of the cars will look like they usually appear as that beautiful girl with no substance. That beautiful girl, she's so beautiful, classy, and all that, but no substance, beauty without brains. That is basically how some of the cars behave. So with the German cars, I asked you to do an experiment in the last video. If you didn't watch it, then you can also do so. Look at all the cars in the system with the registration plates with alphabets as the suffix. If it's an alphabet, maybe A, B, C, D up to Z, those cars are very old. Some of them are still in the system. If you pay close attention, you realize that a lot of them are actually German cars. You see a lot of Opels, you see a lot of Benz, you see a lot of Hondas, you see a lot of Volkswagen, VW. There's this car that in Ghana we call Apotro car, like you see on the screen. That car, you still see them in the system. And trust me, it is still running on the same engine that the manufacturer gave it years ago. What can you say about cars today? You see a car like the Umatis, which is very current in the system, and such a car, it will shock you that their engines will not even last you 5 years, and then you have to change engines within a span of 10 years. You'd have changed engines like twice or three times. Meanwhile, Volkswagen has produced, this VW Beetle, and has been there for over 2 decades, and that same engine is still running. Mind you, for the engine to also run very long or stand the test of time, you also need to take very good care of it. So yes, if you are a young man starting life, okay, you just finished your service, maybe you are working, earning decent income. Even though these brands are of high quality and high standard, please try and stay away from them. I'm not trying to spoil the German market and all that, but then the reason why I'm saying this is for basically good reason. If these cars are, first of all, very costly, they require high level engineers to operate them. So a high level engineer will charge you more to basically fix the car if there's a problem. They also require genuine spare parts to fix them. Sometimes it will surprise you that you're looking for a part to buy for your, a component in the Benz or BMW. You might be told, it is out of stock, it's not in the country. They have to ship it before they fix it. Now, imagine if this is the only car you are relying on, and this part component is needed for the engine to keep running, and they tell you to take maybe 4 to 6 weeks for them to ship and fix it. It means that during that period, you'll not be able to drive. So you might be forced to also get a second car on the side if you can afford it, or you might be, inconvenienced in that period. You have to be picking Uber or something or trotro to work and all that. So That is the thing about what? German cars. But when it comes to quality, it is A1. They are very sophisticated and highly engineered. For someone who is starting life and basically relying on your salary and all that, I would advise that you go for you also don't compromise quality and go for brands like Toyota, and then Mazda. Like this is a very very good car in terms of safety and comfort and also quality. It is not up there with the Benz and the BMs, but it's also a very good car that a lot of people overlook. I don't know whether it's because their designs are not too sophisticated and flashy. Okay, but then their cars are very good. So Toyota, very good. Mazda, very good. The Nissans are also what? Very good. Now you have a lot of the Kia Mornings, Kia Picantos. They are also they're in the mix. So these ones they are equally of good quality. Maintenance and servicing costs are usually very moderate, very manageable. And engines also run very well and can stand a long period, provided you take very, very good care of them. So for someone starting life, these are the brands that I would advise that you go for. Now there are certain cars that I don't want to spoil anyone's business, but there are certain cars that they are aesthetically pleasing, but in terms of quality and giving you that reliability, you won't get it. I mentioned earlier that Toyota engines are more or less like they are made purposely for reliability. Like they are very, very reliable. And they behave like that girlfriend that you usually maltreat them, you cheat on them, you don't really take good care of them, but they still stay loyal for a very long period of time till you stretch them thin and then they give up on you. When they give up, that is the end of it. So that is basically how Toyota is like. It doesn't mean that when you buy a Toyota, please just treat it anyhow. If you take good care of it, like I said, it can stand the test of time. Now, the cars that personally I would ask you to stay away from, even though they might be very aesthetically pleasing. I remember the first time I saw this car, Chevrolet Cruze. This car, even up to now, when I look at it, I'm like, damn. But then, the review I gather from most of the people that use the car is very, very problematic. You keep visiting the shop every now and then, every electrical problems all the time. Please stay away from Chevrolet Cruze. You also have Deo Matis. Deo Matis there. That car, I used it for a couple of years. My God. Please stay away from it. Also, you have the Hyundai Accent and then Elantra. I think the models usually before 2021, they have a lot of gearbox problems. So that car you see like that's very nice, but then it is problematic. It is problematic. So I would advise that you stay away from them. We have other sets of vehicles that are also equally very aesthetically pleasing, but also very problematic. Range Rover and Land Rover. I know some of you love these vehicles. When you see them, you're like, yeah, damn, that's a car right there. They are very problematic. Usually, when you are going to buy a car, like I said, you have a dream car, and you know someone who uses that particular vehicle. Sometimes speak to them, and ask them about maintenance and servicing and how reliable the car is. And it will surprise you that massa, these cars are very, very aesthetically pleasing, but then they are very problematic and very unreliable. Then the last two to sign off is the Ford Escape and Ford Fusion. They also, satisfy the aesthetically pleasing column, but then in terms of reliability, they will fail you one way or the other. So let me know your experience with any of these vehicles that I mentioned, whether good or bad, so that other people can learn from this when they are also making a choice to buy their vehicles. For the Ford Fusion and Ford Escape, the ones that are more problematic are the ones that are before the models before 2021. 2021 and beyond, there has been some improvements. And I believe going forward, a lot of these car brands that are producing some of these aesthetically nice models would take some of these reviews and then work on them and improve on them when it comes to the future models that they are going to produce. But currently, this is what I have for you. Now, this review didn't include electric cars. I don't have a lot of data on electric cars yet. I'll be doing, maybe I'll do a little bit of research and reviews, and then we'll do a video on that later. This is purely petrol and diesel engine vehicles that I'm talking about. So that is it. Let me know whether you found this video very helpful. And if you also have any encounters or any experiences with, other brands or other models that I didn't touch on, feel free and leave it in the comment section. Let's get a discussion going. Bye for now. See you soon. And let me know whether you found this video very helpful.
But the work is done. It always will be.